Alrighty, chat, make some noise, get rowdy. It's time for our final matchup of the evening between Luminosity and Splyce. Inferno will be the battleground for this final matchup. We are going to be going live into the knife round right here, right now. Mega Man and Bach bringing you the action. Luminosity 16 to, I believe it was 16 to 11 on Train earlier. This time around, see what they bring to the table on Inferno.
I love this. They're creating a line and they're just waiting for each other to go at it. Finally, Davy's like, I've had enough, let's go. And they charge in. This is something I've seen people do. In fact, we've done it personally, just playing, like, you know, matchmaking. Nothing big deal. But it's always funny to watch pro teams do this because it's a completely different ballgame. And it still continues.
Look at Fur shaking his butt at everybody. Run! Run for the hills!
Oh, goodness. You know, it's usually knife rounds are just chaos. It's always fun to see pros just have a little bit of pleasure.
They're blocking each other in the door. Abe actually stabbed Davey. Oh, Lord. Uh-oh. Fur? Hi. Oh, he's stuck down. Oh, he killed himself.
He kills himself.
Awesome. That's what we love to see. A lot of fun being had here, boys. So, Splyce, get the knife round. Start the CT side. Luminosity going to be on the terrorist side, and we should be getting this live into the pistol round here very soon.
I mean, if we're being realistic, Luminosity probably would like to have the CT side, but they probably feel confident starting on either side of the map. It's one of their better maps. They started out a little bit slow against Splyce in map 1, but once they picked up confidence, they were able to shred apart the defense on the CT side of Train. So now they move over to a map like Inferno. And, you know, requires a lot of coordination, but that's what we would expect to see from Luminosity. So even though typically this would be like a 10-5 map, I wouldn't be surprised to see Luminosity put 10 up on their T side.
Wouldn't really surprise me too terribly much either, especially after that dominating performance after they were down 8-0 to close out that match and gets pretty much 16-3 for the remainder of that matchup. So again, it's going to come down to who's going to be able to take this pistol round, who's going to get that early momentum. And again, it's just a slow play coming out from Luminosity for the time being. We're going to have to see whether or not they're going to be able to capitalize early on. And it's Taco to find the first. Professor Chaos down and out. And again, now the aggression up mid. Davey trying to find something, but it's so hard to P2000 against the jumping Glocks, and FNX is going to take him down. Now in the site, Abe finds one, traded by Fallen. Last man over here in this A-bomb site is Jason R. Coming up from mid is going to be Arya, but he's going to get there a little bit too late. Fur knows that he's down in the pit right now. He is getting spammed up here by Arya, but he peeks down in the pit, finds it. Fallen finishes him off. 1-0 for Luminosity.
Pretty solid pistol round, too, surviving with 3 players. They're going to be moving into the first buy. And anytime you're on the T side of a CT side of the map, especially Inferno, you're going to want to pick up that pistol round so you can at least guarantee yourselves 3 rounds. Splyce, no stranger to this situation. They're going to go into the force buy here. And this is exactly what I would expect from both of these teams. We saw a lot of force buys from Luminosity and from Splyce. Pistol round doesn't really seem to cause them too much fear moving into the second round. They're just going to buy up what they can. No head armor, just body. And you can see how much that hurts Davey early on, as instead of a dink, he gets gooshed. And he's down to 20 HP. Throws his crosshair pretty wildly as well. Taco getting the first frag of the round, though. That's going to be Professor Chaos. Abe gets trapped on the opposite side of that molly. Arya is able to make it back into the site, but they are being picked apart here. It's down to just 2. Jason R did have a deagle, but not able to take the duel with the MAC-10. So a lot of damage dealt here across the board, but not enough to one individual to get a kill. Arya, the only one left alive, is going to get himself a MAC-10, head in towards Library, study up on some Counter-Strike, and potentially take a duel against Fur, who's all the way back in the pit.
What?
Ooh. Hi.
Okay. Bomb over at B. Gonna try to hunt things down here. Didn't really have much on Fur over there, but now they know that he's up in apartments. Fallen, and boop. 2-0 Luminosity. Oh, Taco deployed his... Did you see that?
I did not.
Oh, I really hope that we were in the POV of Fallen after that round was over, because Taco deployed his legs at the beginning of that round. He looked like Dawson from Street Fighter, like hovering there, like the, you know, the meditation type thing.
Yes.
And his legs just kind of fell out of the bottom of his body. That's great. CSGO never ceases to amaze me.
Aggressive play here from Luminosity as Fur jumps straight into the window. No holds bar attack. He's got the MAC-10. He's just going to come around the corner spraying. That sidearm hold from the MAC-10 can always be so confusing, but it doesn't matter this time around. It's just pistols on the receiving end. Cold's going to be close on the smoke in mid. Spots Jason R. He's getting flanked, though, by Arya, who's going to be able to get to that AK, but not in time. Fur gets there, able to drop him, pick up the AK. Bomb's still back. They obviously don't really care about the plant at this point. It's just two players left standing here, Davey and Abe. And Luminosity just looking to outgun their opponent, finally going to pick up the bomb with 1 minute and 5 seconds left. They have full A-site control, and now they know they're going to be in CT spawn. Davey's going to be able to pick off FNX, but it's only a UMP, and they're armorless, so not exactly the ideal gun, but more great shooting here. Now it's down to just 2 players for Luminosity, and Fur is very low. Abe is actually able to take that duel as well. So a little bit overconfident play early on by LG puts them in this 1v1. Gun down from behind. Luminosity picking up the third. Does cost them quite a bit of money, but they still had plenty stored up. So they'll be moving into the first buy, not really feeling the hit from that one.
So first gun round coming out. Professor Chaos on the Mag 7 seems to be his favorite weapon to be using in Pro League. See if he can lock anything down, maybe aggression over there towards the A halls. And that looks like where he's going to be heading to start this one out. But again, 3-0 Luminosity. Lost a lot in that last round, but it's fallen on the AWP. 4 AKs to support, and they're going to push up alternate mid very, very quickly. Professor Chaos is going to be meeting Taco head-on here in the apartment hallways if he does decide to push on down. So be pretty interesting to see the push come back around from that one, but pretty default strategy here from the terrorist side. 2 in banana, 2 in mid, 1 in alternate mid, just watching for any early aggression to come out here from the CTs. But it's Abe and Arya at B, Jason R on Arch side, Davey, Professor Chaos over on porch and apartments, respectively, here for the Splyce squad. So slow strat from Luminosity, no early aggression. We're going to take a slow look at this one.
This is the right play. After losing a lot of rifles in the last round, they really don't want to get too confident here. They got caught out by pistols by Splyce, so now that they have rifles, it's going to be a little bit scarier. I like Professor Chaos picking up the Mag 7 again. I mean, obviously, feels like this gun has a lot of value depending on position, and he bought it a lot on train. Now he's going to be picking it up towards the end of the hallway. A lot of damage dealt early on, though. FNX down to 10. Fallen dropped to 77. Arya also pretty heavily lit. The duel towards B, not favoring either player. Arya only 5 HP over his counterpart there. Davey with the op behind the pillar in mid. He hears them storming out, and that's going to swing Jason R over. There is a crack in the smoke, but Jason's going to duck behind it instead. And they're going to be able to get full control of CT spawn here. Cole's going to walk right through the smoke, and that's the bomb down. So Jason R dropping the bomb, a potential frag there lining up as well, but Fur gets the best of them. They're going to try and get that bomb into the site, but it's down to just 2 players here. And Arya's already in library with Fur trying to make his way into the site. The other player hasn't quite made it out of balcony yet. Finally, Taco comes out and strikes down both players, getting the bomb planted with 3 seconds left. And it's all on Abe for the retake.
Taco, well-timed peek here. Misses the spray a little bit at the beginning. Fur does fall, but he does manage to clean things up. 3 on the round for Taco. Nicely done. 4-0 now for Luminosity. And again, we'll have to see if they can continue to string rounds together here on the T side. It's going to be a save from Splyce. So opportunity for Luminosity to go up 5-0 on T side Inferno. And again, this is kind of a map that we expect Luminosity to come out swinging on. They're very strong on this map. And so far, on point. See if they can continue to chip away at this half and maybe make it a very dominant T side performance going into the second half.
So again, it's pistols here for Splyce. Wow, great shot from Fallen. Arya was going to go for the pop flash. He decides to dry peek instead, and Fallen just blows his brains out. And it's down to Professor Chaos, Jason R, and Davey, who are all over towards the A site. But Luminosity not going to go hyper quick into that B site. They're just going to sit back and wait to see what Splyce is doing. It could still very well be a B stack, even though they take down those early players on B. Now that the 7-man has made his way up, that's FNX. They realize it's likely to be a split. Only man standing is Davey. He's over towards Spindles. CZ 75 in hand. 5 players survive for Luminosity. And it all started on that B push where Fallen hit an insane shot onto Arya.
Well, that's been known to happen. 5-0 Luminosity. Splyce a little flat-footed coming out of the gate here. Again, Professor Chaos on a Mag 7. Very curious as to why he favors this gun so much. But, you know, he's down there at the bottom, 1 and 5. Davey, he has the op again. He's also 1 in 5. Molotov going to come out to the top side of Banana. They're going to push aggressively behind the scenario through the smoke. He's not going to give Fallen the opportunity to do what he did last round to him, but a couple of players pushing up through the hallways, and there's the Mag 7. Okay, that's why he bought it. Gotcha. Cold and FNX in a 2 versus 5. No damage really being dealt with a Splyce so far in this round, so a very, very solid round coming out from the CT side.
It appears I lost my connection to the server here.
Ripperino Peppercino, we're going to get right back into this one then. Cold and FNX, your last 2 alive. It's going to be that 5-on-2 still. No extra aggression coming out from them. They're sitting in alternate mid and Mexi Pit down there in the bottom side of middle as well. Looking to push back on in towards this A bomb site potentially, or spot out any added aggression from the CT side. FNX actually salvaging the AWP at the bottom of mid. He's going to bring it up to try to pick in towards this A bomb site. He does have his teammate up here as well. They get spotted over by Moto side. So they know that bracket control has been taken over here by the T side. But still, no counter aggression coming out from the CTs. They're playing the numbers game and they're doing it well. So see if they can continue to do that. They've given Cold the opportunity to push up here and maybe make a flank into the CT spawn. But time dwindling down. 33 seconds left, 32, 31, ticking down very slowly. And no peek onto Cold just yet. He's just holding over here by Moto. Davey finally coming around. They spot him, but now he's going to have to hightail it. Bomb is working its way up Banana right now in the hands of FNX. He's got Arya to beat. He's going to win that duel. And now it's just Abe over at B. So this is going to get a little bit dicey a little quickly. Cold actually just pushes straight through the Molotov. Takes tremendous amounts of damage from that. He does manage to trade out Abe. Does he have time for the plant? Looks like he will. So he will get the bomb down, get the money in the bank. Now Jason Arthur on the side. Cold wins that fight too. It's down to a 1v2. Can he clutch this out? That would be nuts. And no, he can't.
Yeah, knowing how much HP he had, and they're both players were going to be coming at him pretty quickly, he just goes for the duel. It's the right call. I mean, you can't really play passive in that position. You're in a 2v1 with limited health and no utility. So you just try to take out the player as best you could. I missed most of that round because for whatever reason, GoTV decided I was not worthy of watching CS play today. But apparently it's back and it's fine now, so I don't really understand. Luminosity dropped their first round, but they could easily spring back and pick up another one and cripple the CT side's economy. They have a little bit of money built up on Davey, Ave as well, but even still after this one, they'd be saving. It'd be a 6-1, looking like it'd be 7-1. So Luminosity's still in a really good position, and they've already hit bare minimum for Inferno. Getting 5 rounds this early on means they can coast a little bit. They don't necessarily have to worry. They don't have to put on any kind of crazy show. They can just kind of take their time and see how Splyce is playing the map.
And again, I mean, it looks like it's just going to be a slow start to the round. Arya taking tremendous damage through that smoke. He's got an AWP over there towards the top of B. Now Fallen actually just a very aggressive push through that smoke in mid, trying to find the trade kill there. And it's really going to be on FNX here at the top side of Banana. Is he going to be able to line up the timing properly to find one of these picks in towards this site and create a little bit of havoc? You can see Jason R at Arch side. He is smoked off. I believe that was his own smoke that he threw. He's going to hide behind that for the time being. But damage being exchanged on both fronts. Fallen at 56, 36 for Arya. 88 for Jason R, not too terribly much to be spoken of otherwise from there. And again, Professor Chaos playing balcony with a Mag 7, so favoring the shotguns into this round once again. But the push looks like it's going to be coming towards A. Cold at the top side of mid. Just going to try to put a kink in the think as they make their way in towards the B-bomb site. And there it is. Abe burns Fallen. Looking for some more aggression, and actually the flash is out. Abe finds a second, a TK on Defer. It's going horribly wrong for Luminosity. Colt does find one at the top side of mid, but with time at 15 seconds, not much he's going to be able to do. Does take another gun out of the hands of the CT side of Splyce, but 10 seconds, 9 seconds, it's not enough time for him to do anything.
All he can do is try and take more rifles out of their hands. That molly and the flash combo was perfect. So they double flashed. The molly was right behind the smoke. The T side had no idea what was going on. And eventually Colt actually goes down after time expired. But I mean, they have no idea that that's happening. And they're just burning alive. Eventually they realize it, but the players who were left were still so weak from the molly. So that molly flash combo worked out wonderfully for Splyce. Now they've found themselves 2 rounds. They've broken the money from LG. The team kill didn't help either. And Splyce is in a pretty decent spot where they can start to recover here and try and bounce back from this early deficit.
And really, it's just a matter of stringing some rounds together for him, but It's Abe to start off. Taco answers back onto Abe. Molly is all-encompassing. Arya takes a shoulder peek. He's got a very low HP, so he's got to be careful. He's playing with fire, literally, down there at the bottom side, and water. So, the one-for-one trade. The rotation hasn't come out from the CT side because the push hasn't come in from the terrorist side, so there's still 2 players over here on this A-bomb site. Professor Chaos playing behind this smoke. FNX coming up mid. He's going to be able to hear this. They jump through the smoke. Mag 7, 1. Going to be looking for some more. Lays out a couple of shots. Takes Fallen down to 42. But still manageable here for LG. They could steal a round away on a unlikely force-up here with pistols and armor.
Cold Zera with the Deagle armor working his way in towards apartments. He's got support from Fallen, who's found himself an M4. Bomb's going to be over towards Banana, though. They're just making noise here, trying to pull CT side players over. Jason R is going to rotate, so the bait and switch is going to work. Now they're going to rotate in. He's going to decide to double back on Speedway, heads over towards construction. Now he's going to support his teammate in sight, Arya. Davey with the op takes out the one man on the A side. And Arya just waiting for the push through the smoke. There you go, the flash comes out. First one's going to go down. It doesn't blind Arya. A double kill for him as Jason R and Professor Chaos get the assist. Splyce picking up 3 rounds now. Still no money on LG, as they did overinvest there with the force up. So now it should be a pure eco. Maybe just P250s coming out, and Splyce would have an opportunity to find their 4th round.
Yeah, absolutely. They could definitely chip back into this one. It's very, very close right now, 3-5. Splyce on the CT side, though, much more favorable. Even if they win the knife round, they won both knife rounds and opted to start on CT Train, CT Inferno. But again, you know, it's kind of what do they do in this situation? Now they're going to have 5 players. Well, 4 of them coming through the apartment hallways. Fallen coming up mid. Professor Chaos is going to have to shine here with this Mag 7. He's on the balcony. Flashbang comes out. It's 1. It's 2. It's 3. Not able to get 4. And that's a lot of money being put in the bank. And finally, they're able to take down Taco. The last man standing is Fallen, coming around through the apartment hallway. And it's Abe down here, pardon me, Davey that's down here in the pit. And he's going to clean things up. So a nice, relatively clean round. And the return on investment from that Mag 7 pays for itself as Professor Chaos. He's actually at 7 kills right now. I think they're all Mag 7 kills too. And there you go, right back on it.
So, Luminosity starting out hot, but kind of cooling off a little bit here, dropping multiple rounds to Splyce, who's finally found the recipe for destruction of Luminosity's attack. Arya, he's going to sit back towards Banana with the op. A great molly from the T side, though, to force him out of position. Fallen's going to get aggressive, puts a few shots through the edge of the pillar, and that's going to keep the opper honest, but there you go. Great B play here from Splyce's. Abe and Arya both combined to take down Fallen and FNX. And we're at 1 minute and 30 seconds, and we're down to just 2 players, Cold Zera and Fur, as Taco gets dropped by Davies op as well. Now they're going to try and get the bomb over towards Banana. This is a situation we've seen the last several rounds. Splyce in a really good spot very early in the round, and Luminosity is left trying to go for a bomb site take with only 1 or 2 players. And it's not necessarily working out for them, dropping this many players in the round. They're just losing so much money, but also very rough trying to take a site, let alone hold it after the fact.
Cold does manage to find an opening in towards Arya at that bomb site, but jumping up on top of Spools, that's a little bit of a mistake, and Fur is going to pay for that, but there's the return frag from Cold. There's still a lot of time on the clock, so he's got a little bit of time to roam around in the site before he decides to go for the plant. Professor Chaos coming up from Banana. They've got 2 over by CT, waiting for the push to come around from construction side. No over peeking. This is smart play from Splyce. They're just jiggle peeking a little bit here. Professor Chaos looking for any kind of an avenue of attack in towards this bomb site. If Cold goes for the plant, he's going to be able to pounce on that, but playing it very, very slowly right now is Cold. Looking for any opportunity to find a kill. Davey around the corner in CT. Gonna hit the shot. 5-5 now tied up. Splyce bring it back. 5 in a row of their own.
Like I said, I've spoken to the manager for Splyce before, and they've picked this map against teams that are strong on this map. And I think actually in a matchup against Luminosity, they picked this map. So they're not afraid. They know that they're good on the map. You're going to pick the maps you feel confident on, regardless of whether or not your opponent is also confident on it. So now Luminosity's left scratching their heads, wondering how we have let it get to this point. We started out so strong. Those first 5 rounds were easy victory. And now Splyce has been shutting us down on every take. LG's going to go into the Tech 9 Force here, armor surrounding it, a few flashbangs as well. Not too surprised by this one. They're going to be storming up mid. Davy's going to backpedal in towards the A site. Already wrapping around Truck is going to be Cold Zera. Jason Art goes down, though, and now Davy's concerned that he might be getting pinched. He has no support. He's the only man in the site. He's got an up. He's stuck behind Pizza Bob. Down he goes. It's just 2 players, Arya and Abe, left for the retake. A fantastic take from LG. Arya is able to spot Fur through the smoke, so at least a window of opportunity presenting itself here for Splyce.
Yeah, but still a man advantage. They've got the armor, but FNX kind of throws it away there. Abe, stutter stepping there in middle, but it's going to be Fallen and Pit. He's picked up the op off of Davey. Fully blinded, legs them, takes him down to 2 HP. There's a Molotov behind this as well, and Cold's going to be able to finish him off. Swings, they now know exactly where Arya is, but he's going to be able to capitalize on another kill here. And Fallen actually missing that shot going into the site. Knows that he's not on it, backs off. Well played from Fallen.
Expensive round for both teams, but obviously Luminosity came into that with Tech 9 armor, so they're fine losing those Tech 9s and the armor. It's going to be a full buyout from them. The CT side still had money left in the bank account, so they're going to go into another buy as well, and it's going to be a double op here. Arya and Davey both picking up the AWP. Fallen on the opposite side. He's going to be holding that big green gun. And Professor Chaos, again, the Mag 7. I want to talk to Davey after this one and just kind of figure out what's the deal with the Mag 7. Did he lose a bet? Because I don't think we've seen him use anything but the Mag 7 to buy round yet tonight.
He's had an M4 a couple of times on train, but this time around he's going to get flashed out. Taco's privy to that one. Now Davey, shotgun range with the AWP, not going to be able to capitalize, and Fur takes him down, and this is an accelerated strat that we're seeing now. Another nice shot, though, from Fur. Takes out Jason R, and that A-bomb site is now open for business. This should be a save from the CT side, and it is. Arya's got an up. He's going to push on down through Banana. Try to take over a little bit of map control here for the CT side so they can at least try to find an avenue to fall back and hang on to their guns, but Fallen going to hit that shot, not going to let Arya get out of this one alive, and now it's down to Abe in a 1 versus 4, trying to get out of here with the AWP if he can get down onto the A ramp and find it, but Fallen continues to push on forward, continues to look for this. That flashbang goes out, and he actually jumps around the corner, so Abe's going to get an easy cleanup on that one. Should be able to save the round. But there's a player behind him. Hi, there's Fur. 3 kills on the round for him, and 7 now for Luminosity.
And they're able to salvage an op as well. Cold Zera's going to pick it up. He's going to toss that one over towards Fallen. And the rest are going to be on AKs. CT side has exhausted every ounce of money that they've built up. So now they're going to force up here. 5-7 on Arya. Mag 7 again on Professor Chaos. Famas on Abe. Glass Cannon on Davey. Jason R, the only one with even some semblance of an average bomb. He's got the M4 with a good amount of utility behind it. But no kits across the board. So the CT side is really banking on preventing the bomb plan here. If it comes to a post-plan situation, it'll be a little bit more difficult for Splyce as they will be limited on the amount of time. They'll have to move just that much faster. And look at this play right now from Splyce, sending 3 players aggressive towards mid. Actually, it's 2 in apartments. Looked like that other one was in halls as well, but the first one goes down. That's Davey. He was the glass cannon. Professor Chaos with the Mag 7. And now you can see why he likes that gun. Picking off 2. Abe's going to get a support frag in mid as well. And it's down to 2 players here for LG, FNX, and Fallen.
Yeah, but Fallen pushing in towards B. Is he going to check the corner? Arya gives his position up, and he doesn't win the fight. Now the bomb can go in towards the B-bomb site because it has been opened up a little bit. Abe is going to be over there, but FNX finds one over at A. Takes down the gravely injured Professor Chaos. The bomb's still at the top side of Banana. Finally, FNX goes down, but Abe, he's going to push out, gets shot. Here comes the peek from Fallen, and now he's put himself into an opportunity to get another 1v1 with Jason R and take another round away from Splyce. A round that didn't look like it could possibly be in LG's favor, but they bring it back from the brink of death.
This round swung back and forth multiple times. It looked like early on, oh my gosh, what a shot onto Jason R. Perfect timing from Fallen. But early on, it looked like it was going to be LG. Splyce's buy made no sense. It was rough, to say the least. Then they lose Davey. Oh no, the glass cannon's gone. Professor Chaos, though, some fancy footwork with the Mag 7. He takes down 2. Abe gets another one in mid, and all of a sudden it swings back towards Splyce. And then somehow Luminosity win the round anyway. They find themselves on 8 rounds. They've guaranteed the lead at half. Another force buy coming in from Splyce. This time it's 2 Mag 7s, an M4 on Jason R, pistol armor on the other, as they try and stop Luminosity from building up too much momentum moving into the second half.
Davey very aggressive at the bottom of the stairs, gets mollied out of position. So Taco not taking any chances, but Professor Chaos again. Cold Zera down, but he's going to walk right into Fur. But there's another one underneath the porch. They're going to be able to trade that. Now comes the peek from Davey. And LG's probably going, what the hell is with all these Mag 7s, man? Jesus.
I'm actually just kind of...
They've just got obliterated.
I mean, I'm kind of surprised at the state that this has gotten to. It's kind of bizarre to see a team like
with
LG.
That knife round.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's almost like... It's one of the more casual matches on Inferno that I've seen LG play. And that knife round really did kind of start things off. But it is down to just FNX here. He's in a 1v3. Bombs planted in the B site. Arya is close, as is Jason R. Jason R peeks a little bit. Oh, great shot onto Arya. He's looking for Davey, who's coming up from B, but Davey is going to get the frag. He finds 2 on the right. And Splyce make the force buy work. They're going to get their 6th. Luminosity is still in a great spot, even if they lose the next round to follow. Having 8 rounds on their T side on Inferno, that's a victory.
Definitely a victory. Definitely looking good for Luminosity right now. I mean, again, we've seen dominant performances on Inferno from them in the past. See if they can capitalize, take another round here. I mean, Fallen at 13 kills, Fur at 12. Fur was kind of the man of the match in that last matchup on Train. Cold sitting at 11 kills, so there's not a huge spread from top to bottom. 6 kills the difference between their top fragger and their bottom, whereas Arya's at 14, and Jason R is at 4, and now Davey is dead. So, not the start to the round that Splyce is looking for. The nade down Banana does find some good damage onto Fallen, but they've already gotten the early pick. That Molotov flash combo, again, is going to chip away a little bit off of Fur there at the top side of mid, but really it's going to be what kind of a recovery are we going to see out of Splyce in this round playing from the back foot again.
Abe is just sitting on the opposite side of that smoke, hearing all that spray. He's got to think there's going to be players close, but there's a duel in mid, and Cold Zera is going to use the Tech 9 to take down 2. FNX gets the man pushing through the smoke on B. It's just Jason R, and this is very bizarre here, but it seems to be working out for Luminosity. As Taco gets dropped over towards truck side, bomb's going to be planted on the B site. There's still one lurking around on A, that's Cold Zera. He made things happen here with the Tech 9. Probably going to get the kill on Jason R as well, and there you go. Closing out the half, 9-6. Luminosity, kind of confusing Counter-Strike being played by both teams, but Luminosity do pick up 9 rounds on their side. And it really did all start with that knife round where Fur was shaking his butt at Splyce, going with the taunt.
And then he just killed himself.
Yeah, that's right. He killed himself in underpit.
Yeah, the mid pit. So 9-6. As of right now, Luminosity have solidified themselves as the #1 team in Pro League for the North American division so far. They are sitting at 11-2 record. Their only losses on the season coming one to Cloud9, which I believe was actually on Train. I think it was. I have to double check this real fast to make sure I'm not talking out of my ass right now. Yeah, I am talking out of my ass. It was on Overpass. And then they lost to Winter Fox on Train, but they've been able to recover. They've actually won 4 out of their last 5 matches, 6 out of their last 7 matches. So very nice stuff from them. Right now they're in the driver's seat going into the second half with a 9-6 scoreline. And really, I mean, this pistol round is of the utmost importance here for Splyce. See if they're going to be able to get themselves back into this matchup. See if they're going to be able to keep themselves alive. And maybe try to pull within tying it up with Luminosity. But if LG take this pistol round, I mean, it could be very, very difficult for Splyce to get back into this.
Yeah, going in tonight, Luminosity actually had the highest or second highest round differential under what's actually been a surprising season from under Optic. They're at +66. Luminosity is at +58. They have a 60% round win percent, which is very healthy numbers when you compare that to other teams. That was before tonight, though. Those numbers will change as we factor in the other matches that they played out. So a 9-6 half for Luminosity, but it's not the end of the world for Splyce. Picking up the pistol means a tie score. They could easily bounce back from that. But it is Luminosity on a map they feel very comfortable with, who picked up 9 rounds with a very confusing style of play in the first half. So if they, tighten up here, and it could be a pretty quick ending for the close match that was the first half of this.
Absolutely. So into the pistol round we go. Very aggressive from LG. Banana push, mid push. countered by an alt rush from the terrorist side, so things could get a little bit crazy here. Nice shot from Jason R. Finds Fallen. It's got to be a retake on this A bomb site. They've given up so much map control. Cold coming up mid. Professor Chaos takes him down. Arya's going to be able to find one. Abe finds one as well. It's all down to FNX, and he goes down. So the mid aggression countered out perfectly by that alt mid push, and Splyce run away with that pistol round in the blink of an eye.
That's something we've seen Luminosity do a couple times in their pistol rounds, or they'll pick up the pistol round, but for some reason in the round that follows, they decide to get hyper aggressive in mid, and it almost never works when we've seen them do it. Sure, you could argue that sometimes it works, and it really gets into the head of your opponent, but we've seen them do that more than once, and it's always confusing for me as to why Luminosity feels the urge to push past their advantages that are, natively given to them by the map's design. Either way, they're going to move into a force buy here. CZ 75 armor on 4. Fallen, the only one sticking with the P250, obviously wants to save up as much money as possible. He's going to be the one picking up the op for their CT side. In mid, there's a bit of a duel brewing as FNX gets dropped down very low on HP, down to just 10, follows it up with an 8 as he heads back towards the A site. They're going to stack 3 players up in that direction. Taco, meanwhile, in bedroom, might not see much action as it seems like Splyce is thinking about heading towards mid more than apartments.
Fur close on Arch side. He's playing this kind of off angle, not something that you really necessarily peek wholeheartedly. And let's see if he's going to be able to lock this down, as they're not going to push through that molly just yet. They don't look like they're going to throw out a smoke. He's just going to destroy the first one. Looking for the second. Can't get it under control as that MAC-10 just goes wildly leaping around the corner. And now they're going to try to push in towards this A-bomb site. Fallen coming around on the flank from CT. Actually finds 2. Good nade on point. Jason R takes down FNX. But it's going to be cold here from the halls, and all of a sudden it's down to Professor Chaos. These anti-eco rounds just falling apart right now. Going to be able to find one, spraying wildly, can't find the second, and Fallen with the salvaged AK-47, able to clean things up. 3 kills on the round for him. Extends it up to 16-9. The fuse should be coming in here as they're throwing around some AK-47s. And we will see a 10th round now for Luminosity.
What's interesting is Fallen gets 3 kills. He's the one with the least amount of investment in the round. All he had was a P250. He gets the first kill,
and he just sat behind car at Banana.
Yes, yeah. Kind of interesting how that works out. Sometimes you don't have to spend money to make money. A big round, though, for Fallen. Picking up that eco. I mean, it wasn't really an eco. It was a force buy, but picking up the round nonetheless means they're going to be in the driver's seat even more than they already were. Splyce was hoping to chain at least the first 3 together and tie things up, but LG says, no way, we're not going to allow you to do that one. Splyce, not really feeling like they're going to just surrender it. They're going to go ahead and force by here as well. So a Galil on Davey, Tech 9 armor on the rest, and a lot of utility backing it up as well. Multiple flashbangs, even a molly on Jason R. And it looks like they want to bring that bomb over towards the B site. It is just a 2-man play here with Cold Zara playing first orange and Fallen back towards the spindle. I imagine the molly is going to be used to flush this man out of spindles, but only time will tell. Jason R and Abe trying to make their way up Banana. Abe's just going to spam away towards the plywood on the car, just making sure that nobody's sitting behind it. Now the rest of the team is joining him here as Professor Chaos backs out of mid, heading towards the pit. Going to toss a smoke up over the air. Kind of curious to see where this one lands. It lands towards Arch side. Kind of an porch side. Kind of an interesting smoke the way he lined that up.
Push is going to be coming in towards the B-bomb site, though. Davey did invest into a Galil into this round. They've got Tech 9s behind the rest of it, and now the pressure is coming on. Flashbangs go out. They're going to be able to find the opening pick. Cold Zara going wild here in the backside by first oranges. Fallen's going to be over there to back it up. Cold with the third. Can't get the pistol out in time, but the spray through the smoke comes out. Abe actually did find Fallen, too, so a little bit of a parting gift there. And the animal abuse continues. FNX. Killing chickens in CT spawn, man. Can we get PETA on speed dial or something, man? These guys have been going crazy on these chickens in this matchup.
He was already here earlier. He was coaching CLG.
Ooh, I see what you did there. Nice. Nice. I like that one. Chat's going to spam cringe, but I thought it was funny.
Hey, it was, it was just a little bit of word battle.
Oh, that flash into all just destroyed Splyce. Cold with the aggression. Oh, God, Abe just had a heart attack. He peeked into 3 guns on Banana. And that round is just slam dunked. It's over.
That's the confidence from LG. Now they've picked up a few rounds. Now they're feeling confident. They know that Splyce is probably not going to be working with too much. They triple push down Banana and just obliterate in alt mid. Now they're 5 rounds up over Splyce, with Splyce coming into another buy here. It's a forced buy, though, because they don't really have a whole buy coming out. I mean, yes, they had money to buy, but the lack of utility on a map like Inferno is actually heavily important. And one of the things that we've seen from LG is aggressive Banana presence. Fallen will throw that smoke from arch side almost every single round and allow the players on B to just focus on getting down to the bottom of the Banana as fast as possible. And that's how you can see FNX and Cold both in this position with that smoke. They can toss now potentially 2 more smokes before they have to back off. And a tremendous amount of Banana control for the CT side.
Fern Boiler finds Jason R, takes him down. Man advantage swung over. Fur peeking back into Boiler finds Professor Chaos. He can't buy up a Mag 7 on the terrorist side, so he's at a little bit of a disadvantage. And spamming the smoke finds Davey too, so 3K for him on the round. Nicely done there from Fur. He also gets himself out of dodge. Cold swinging around is going to be able to take one more down, and now Luminosity with a 3-man advantage, and Arya caught out in the open.
So things are really starting to get out of control here as LG just puts round after round on the board, surviving with 4 there, 5 in the previous, 3 in round 3, 2 in round 2. Hold on, is that 2, 3, 4? Oh, they had to get it backwards. If they had 4 players in round 4 and 5 in round 5, we would have been counting up here. But LG in a really good position to close this one out. Splyce is coming into yet another force buy here at 13-7. They'll have some money to buy up after this one, though, because of full loss bonus, especially if they can get a bomb plant here, but it doesn't seem likely. LG's holds have been lights out.
Oh, God, Davey's got to be pissed. Fur just sat there lined up on the mid pit, just tapping away with the M4 at the beginning of that round. Tap, 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 tap. Ends up just finding that kill through the smoke. Granted, this has been a nuts round from Splyce, so let's not take anything away from that, but that was just kind of funny at the beginning of that round. Fallen and Cold, your last 2 alive. Cold coming up from mid. Fallen with the AWP over here on Moto's side, looking for whatever he could possibly find. The head peeks out from the back lines there behind the pole, and Arya is going to be able to capitalize on that shot. So a nice, quick, fast, effective round from Splyce.
So Splyce end up scraping out around here, but LG still has a lot of money to work with, and they do have the op on Fallen, who's been lighting things up left and right on both sides of the map. And Fur sitting up towards the top alongside Coldzera. All of these players really pulling their weight. Jason R struggling right now, as is Taco, both sitting towards a similar frag count. 7 for Jason R, 8 for Taco. But Luminosity not going for their stereotypical aggressive B presence. So Fallen does not go towards arch side and toss the smoke over. He actually went towards B this round. And now they're going to go for an A stack, which is actually the right call based on what we see, at least in the early round. But obviously being Inferno, everything could change. You can see the T side just not like what they see on A, backpedal down towards mid and go towards Banana. But if they walk into this, this could be an easy round for Luminosity to pick up.
Yeah, absolutely. Bombs actually dropped there by bench in mid. FNX going to get caught out a little bit, but there's a crossfire. Fur's going to be able to capitalize first. Jason R gets dropped. Abe is able to trade that out, though. FNX does go down. Nade out to the top side of mid, actually going to find a little bit of damage onto Abe, but they haven't yet rotated anybody back to help Cold at B. And this is where things are going to get a little bit dicey now. He's jump peeking from the back of the site, as you can see over that box a little bit, gets himself underneath the pillar, or the column, to be able to block it so he doesn't jump up super high and gets back to his feet relatively quickly. He's just spotting for anybody to push in. That Molotov's going to hold him back, but the lack of utility now is going to play against Luminosity because they have no smokes to stop any of the pushes. Granted, there's no smokes on the terrorist side of Splyce because they've all been deployed now, but it's a ruse. Push in towards the B solo player, and now they're going to rotate all the way back over towards A, and Taco is going to feel really lonely. Finds the opening pick. Can he get a second? He cannot, but Fallen is going to rotate back on around. He actually gets himself out in front of Moto's side real quick, trying to prevent the plant. Going to pull out the pistol. Can he get the kill? And he does. Throws out the flashbang. Flips the wall just a little bit there, but he's actually in the back of the site right now, and all he needs to do is delay for his teammates to rotate back around, and that's exactly what happens. 14th round on the board now here for the Luminosity side. So a little bit of a chaotic round.
How many flashes like that have we seen tonight where it's just like, I got this?
It's the NA effect.
Like we saw it from Liquid, there was that one round on. Actually, I think it might have been CLG. It was in the B site. They went to toss a molly up onto the balcony. It hit something. I think it was Hiko threw it. I don't remember, but it landed next to the van instead. It actually ended up doing him better because the player dropped van and then he couldn't escape. But I mean, we've seen like countless nades where they just like a accidental little throw and it hits a pixel on a pillar. Whatever, it is what it is. Makes it that much more interesting for us. Luminosity picking up the 14th round. They're now 6 up over Splyce. Fallen with the op. He's going to take it towards mid. There's one trying to take the duel all the way back towards T-stairs. That's Arya. No aggression on Banana yet again here from Luminosity. And they're kind of hear the footsteps in apartments, and FNX lights them up. Does a lot of damage to Davey, but does succumb to the AK. Fallen's going to refrag, though. Takes out Abe in mid. So they have managed to gun down the side of Splyce pretty low. But an immediate response again from Splyce as Taco is taken out by Jason R. Arya with a great peek on the Fallen, and now this A site is a bit of a sponge. It's all on Coldzera here, playing this one patiently. He's going to let them up truck side, knowing that he could get taken out for apartments. Has to go for that kill as Davey was right up next to him. And eventually the 2 remaining players take him out. Bomb going to get dropped, though. And more chaotic CS being played out here as it's down to just a 1v1 Fur and Arya.
Yeah, Fur playing it smart, repositioning himself back around towards the Moto side. Actually spots the head of Arya and lobs it right off. So that is going to be match point now for Luminosity. 1 away from walking away 2-0 on the night. 1 away from walking away with a two-game lead in the Pro League division, going up to a 12-2 record, and pretty sure that might actually guarantee them a spot in the LAN finals as deep as we are into the season. So definitely a very solid performance throughout this season from the likes of Luminosity.
They still have 8 games left after this match tonight, so they could actually have a pretty rough ending to the season. Don't think that can happen, but they could. Taco's going to pull off his Professor Downs impersonation. He's not going to do as good as PC does. That Mag 7 in apartments not really working out for him. The Tech 9's overcome it. Coldzera gets a trade out, but Jason R is there with the immediate response, as is Fallen. So ping pong round yet again as frags go back and forth. Fur tries to push through the smoke, gets spotted by R. At the bottom of Banana, we have Fallen. Smoking off T-stairs, flashing as well. He's got the op. He's in a really aggressive position here. There's one towards T-stairs jumping up on the planter. He's got to be careful. He could get flying squirreled here by Davey. He's trying to peek up over that smoke. But another confusing round here. Fur in a really interesting position, peeking up the boiler stairs. Back in pit, it's FNX. He's very low on HP. And Fallen eventually is going to have to fall back a little bit here, as it looks like Splyce is going to be coming his way.
Yep. Fallen actually spotted the shoulder of Arya. And he goes for the repeat, finds him, takes him down, falls back, no refrag coming out. And he's the high HP on the team, so if they decide to push in towards B, they have to deal with him over here by Splyce. Finds the second shot. Not able to hit the third just yet. Can we get a highlight reel of Fallen? I want to see something crazy. But he is actually just going to concede the site for the time being. And Fur is going to clean him up. So there you have it.
I mean, like, eventually it ends. We thought that that was going to be a much quicker map. Some confusing rounds from Luminosity, but they do end up taking the victory 16-8. Splyce really gave them hell. They fought really hard on train. They picked up 8 rounds here. Their CT side left a lot to be desired, but they started to bring it back a little bit more.